know if you have what you have brought is in line with what was. Because I'd want to not have a summary, so that I know what you have brought is what you asked. So that's this is from the city. So you don't have what you asked you for.
Now, the People's Front for Freedom, PFF party, has confirmed that they will not front a presidential candidate ahead of the 2026 general elections. PFF Secretary General Ibrahim Ssemujju told the media at the party's Katonga-based headquarters that the decision was taken by the party to negotiate with key opposition parties that include Alliance for National Transformation, ANT, National Unity Platform, NUP, to present a joint candidate, as we hear in this story.
Amidst the return of signatures at the Electoral Commission by individuals and party candidates who expressed their interest for the presidential race early next year, People's Front for Freedom has shocked the country with their confirmation of not fronting a presidential candidate of their own.
Not field a presidential candidate in the forthcoming 2026 presidential elections. The party, PFF, has made this decision in the broader interest of building a single, stronger freedom-seeking force.
The party, however, disclosed about their partnership with the retired Major General Mugisha Muntu's Alliance for National Transformation and Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu's National Unity Platform NUP to reach a consensus to front a joint candidate to run for presidency.
PFF and ANT have, since the signing of the cooperation agreement, engaged and held at least 2 meetings with the National Unity Platform aimed at aggregating our efforts and reducing duplicity. Our commitment to the discussions and the building of a united front. Parties have intensely discussed the usually difficult issue of fielding a joint presidential candidate. The ANT believes that a coalition can be built around 2 presidential candidates, Major General Gregory Mugisha Muntu and Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu.
The party's Secretary General Ibrahim Ssemujju presented the party's national team to coordinate the electoral process.
The PFF has assembled a national team to coordinate the freedom campaigns. The freedom coordination team will hold regional, sub-regional, and district rallies together with our nominated parliamentary and local government candidates. This team will be led by our leader, Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye.
They condemned the rampant disappearances and abductions of the opposition party members.
Continued disappearance and abduction of citizens, including candidates, is turning 2026 elections into a militarized campaign. It is this desire to unite the country against family and military rule that made us sign a cooperation agreement with the Alliance for National Transformation on July 2nd, 2025.
Ssemujju furthermore warned the Electoral Commission against compromise and bias during and throughout the electoral season.
There is no credible voters register to speak about. The election calendar is being crafted. Security, which should ordinarily keep law and order, has been instructed to fail opposition campaigns.
Amwaiva Njuko and Shiba Nanteza for UBC.
From politics, let's turn to the education sector, where teachers across several schools have expressed concern over the slow start to the new term, warning that pupils who miss the opening day could lag in classwork. Our reporters who toured schools today found a worrying trend, with many learners absent on the very first day of the promotional term 3. Sudat Kaye reports.
According to the Ministry of Education and Sports calendar, third term is critical.
Today, we thank God that our learners have reported back for their third term, and want to thank the parents who have so far brought back the learners for this academic term. However, compared to the previous terms, the turnout for this third term particularly is still very low, and the information we have at our desk, because we have made phone calls to the parents, is that some of them, actually most of them, are still looking for school fees to be able to bring back their learners. I would like to appeal to the parents whose children are still home to bring the learners as soon as possible, because our teachers are already set to begin on the syllabus, and we wouldn't love to have any child miss any content taught. This is a very sensitive term, and it is very short. It is a promotional term, and all learners ought to begin as early as possible. So tomorrow, I request all parents of Bunga Primary School to send us the learners. In case you have any challenges pertaining to school fees, please come to our offices and we talk about the grace period we can give you so that we can have the learners back. We understand the economy is not the best for most of us in the country, but we listen. That's the beauty with Bunga Primary School. When
head teachers point to the current financial hardships facing many families as the main reason for the low turnout.
We request the parents who have not yet sent their children to come and talk to us. If the problem is just financial issues, come and talk to us, because we can listen. So we even welcome the parents who have new children to come and recruit them with us. We are listeners, we can recruit them. If you have financial issues, please come, we talk. The school is welcoming you. Thank you for supporting our junior school. The future is ours.
They are now appealing to parents not to hold children back even when fees are not fully cleared. Educationists warn that missing the start of this decisive term affects learners' performance.
A good move there by some of those school administrators to let parents talk to them as they look for money to take their children back to school. Now we'll be taking a short break and we'll be returning with much more. Do stay with us.
Big thing about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustai rompia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabibiona. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustai rompia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN.
MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Revered as the patrons of the wild, my horn stood tall, announcing my presence among Africa's Big Five. Yet, with all my strength, I struggled to survive. Then Uganda Wildlife Authority gave us something, a safe home at the Ziwa Rhino Sanctuary. And here we begin to thrive again. Today, we are 48 members strong, with 17 cows, ready to take our unique story into the future. This is your lifetime opportunity to name a rhino, and with it, find the conservation efforts that keep our story alive. For more information, visit our website www.ugandawildlifeauthority.org.
Ochikoze mwana. Shop is stocked, customers ready. Now it's time for takeoff. So offer them more. Become a Wendy agent today and offer mobile money top-ups, customer service support, utility payments, water, power, pay TV. You're now. Turn your shop into a Wendy agent hub and commissions on every tap and easy access to loans.
That's right. More foot traffic, more sales, more profit, paid instantly. Register free. Call 0800 217 200 or WhatsApp 0707 993 930.
Wendy Wonawoli.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Set to a sport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN Mobile Money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Honorable Fred Biamukama, Minister of State for Works and Transport in charge of transport, invites you to the second phase of the 4-acre model campaign in Greater Bunyoro sub-region. The event will take place at Nalweyo Primary School Playground, Behimba Road, on Saturday, 20th September 2025 at 10 a.m. and will be graced by His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. All residents, civil servants, and leaders from the districts that make up Greater Hoima, Greater Masindi, Greater Chibale, and neighboring areas are encouraged to attend in large numbers. This initiative, led by the President, aims to bring ordinary people into the money economy by showcasing farmers who have succeeded in the 1-acre model, 2-acre model, 3-acre model, and 4-acre model. Join local leaders and residents in learning how small land can be used to enhance food security and socio-economic growth. Don't miss this opportunity to witness the transformative impact on local communities.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. Legislators have raised concerns over the continued creation of new administrative units, warning that the trend threatens national development. They argue that the move does not improve service delivery but escalates administrative costs, diverting resources that could support infrastructure and other priority sectors. The concerns come after reports that Tororo district is set to be split into 3 new districts, with it becoming a city itself alongside other proposed demarcations. We have more in this story.
Following the NRM Parliamentary Caucus, which sat on Friday last week, NRM legislators okayed plans to split Tororo district into 3 districts, including Mukuju, Mulanda, and Chisoko, and also to elevate Tororo municipality to a state status.
To having received the report of the Minister of Local Government to support the creation of Mukuju district, Mulanda district, Kisoko district, and Tororo city in the financial year 2025-2026, subject to the law. To support the creation of Bugendera district out of Bundibuju district in the financial year 2025-2026.
The case of Tororo, the mounting pressure, the situation on the ground requires that we put them as category 1, those to be created immediately, be given immediate attention.
However, opposition legislators cite that this is total political gerrymandering, which in no way would make service delivery better.
Actually, what I heard is that away from these 4 that have been created, the plan is to create 12 new districts in the run-up to the upcoming election and a minimum of 20 new constituencies. That's the plan. I think they want to do it piecemeal. We are now 500 plus members of parliament. Has that bettered the lives of our people? We had RDCs, deputy RDCs. Now they have added deputy assistant, deputy RDCs. Has that bettered the lives of our people?
Political gerrymandering during political seasons, during election time is unnecessary. It shouldn't happen now.
They argue that many formatted districts still suffer adverse challenges of poor infrastructure, no medical supplies, among others, which sabotages good governance.
We believe that the whole idea now of gerrymandering through districts cannot help the cause of the common person. Our people need critical services, the basic services, to support the basic basket in the community, not districts.
Because at the moment, we have very many challenges affecting not only us parliament, including all Ugandans. The hospitals are not functioning. The roads are in a dilapidated state. Government servants, the servants are not being paid. Civil servants are not paid on time.
There are worries also about funds to run these incoming formatted districts and cities, although local government minister Rafael Majezi cites otherwise.
I would think that even a sober member of parliament would be thinking about reversing to the original 1962 districts Uganda had before. Because if you could even have an idea that each district can be represented by only 2 members of parliament, a woman member of parliament and maybe a male member of parliament.
We need, I think, about 26 billion in addition to what already is there, because Tororo district already has a budget. Tororo municipality is an existing local government with a budget. And there will no longer be Tororo district. So the budget of that Tororo district will be shared by the new units. The budget of Tororo municipality, there will no longer be a municipality called Tororo. It will be the city. So the city takes over the budget of the municipality.
Rebecca Nantongo, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Business news now, and it's time now for us to listen to the Commissioner General of Uganda Revenue Authority, John Musinguzi, in Wuza Kamisona, as he responds to some of the questions that you, especially the business community, have sent to him pertaining to especially taxation. Take a watch.
Buza Kamisona,
Welcome once again to Buza Commissioner Program. The first question is from Mr. Chigozi Ahmed from Rengo, and he has this to ask. Has URA conducted a socio-economic impact assessment to determine how this decision will affect small businesses, employment, or Uganda's competitiveness in regional trade? Mr. Chikos is referring to the decision to stop container leading. Now, yes, Mr. Ahmed, this is a very direct thing. It will impact positively the business environment. Why? When container leading has been practiced and it almost took over all the other legitimate ways of clearing groupage cargo, like consolidation, which I explained in the earlier version, it is not that it was good for everybody in that environment, in the business environment. No, it was good for the container leaders themselves because they had the opportunity now to make some money in the business of charging taxes and paying on behalf of the traders. But also, it had a negative impact on the rest of the traders who clear their goods in the legitimate and known way of consolidated cargo. Because these container leaders were frequent importers, they were taking advantage of the weaknesses in the tax system. For example, identifying particular officers who they will deal with to clear their goods at less than the market price. Now that is bad because it means the one who pays the full tax will be a victim of those who manage to clear goods in a fraudulent way and pay less taxes. But also number two, it was causing a lot of delays, as I've explained earlier. When someone is targeting a particular corrupt officer to help him, they will not declare or capture the entries of the goods they have imported until they know that that particular officer who helps them is on duty to assist them. So in brief, Mr. Chigozi, that is the environmental impact assessment that we know will work well for all the businesses involved in trade. Everyone will pay their fair share of tax and goods will be cleared efficiently. As we speak now, there are hundreds of containers delayed either at Mombasa or in the bonds because they were imported by container leaders, and one, they're either suffering with damage because they made a decision to delay those goods in Mombasa, waiting for the day when URA will relax and then they can go through the old container leading process. Unfortunately for them, this time URA is alert. We will not relax from doing the right thing. So they've held those containers in Mombasa for I think 2 or 3 months from when we stopped this process. Some containers, I'm told, they arrived way back in July, others in June. Now they have to pay that heavy damage for Mombasa port, which is a very expensive port, in hundreds of millions, and they will transfer this burden to the importers. It is very, very unfortunate. So these are the costs of going through shorter deals, not playing straight. And they will try to blame that delay on URA. No, URA did not stop any container from coming. It was pure decision of the container leaders to hold those containers in Mombasa while they try to find ways of beating the system. Now that they have given up on any chance of beating the system, they are beginning to clear them. But they will clear them with a lot of costs. So as you pay these costs, our importers, please know that those costs are out of a mistake by container leaders, not URA. And equally, some are here in our bonds. They had not been captured because, again, people are looking for an opportunity to smuggle them out through the previous tricks. Now that they can't, let them come and play straight. And we have made it easy. For those who bring the actual owners of goods, not container leaders, we will clear the goods here without penalties and interest because it was not your fault that your goods were delayed by a container leader.
Buza Commissioner. Now you can get direct answers.
Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790 141 887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them.
And Boza Commissioner brings us to the end of this first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. Thank you so much for having kept us company. Do remember that our next edition of News Tonight comes your way at 10 p.m. But up next here on UBC TV is the front bench with Jethro Kaseji, who is on standby. Jethro, over to you.
My name is Jethro Kaseji. Thank you so much for keeping it UBC TV. And now it is time for the front bench. What are we talking about tonight? Now, in 1990, the United Nations General Assembly voted to establish, of course, 1st October as an International Day for Older Persons. And yes, Uganda will be joining the rest of the world come that D-Day to see that, of course, we do celebrate older persons in Uganda. We shall be understanding from the senior officials that I do have on the front bench. Remember, older persons directly fall under the Ministry of Gender. We shall be understanding from them what have they done as senior officials, what have they done as government to ensure that, of course, older persons in one way or another benefit from the different government programs that we do have. How best can they increase on their social protection? There is a proposal of seeing how best can government reduce on the age on when these older persons can at least receive their SAGE money. It is very important. Tonight on the show, I do have the pleasure to have the State Minister in charge of the Elderly Affairs, that is Honorable Agidudu Mafwabi. You're most welcome, Honorable, on the show.
Good evening, viewers. As you were told, I'm Gidudu Dominic Mafwabi, Minister of State for Elder Affairs in the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. We are here tonight to interact with our fellow Ugandans because our International Day for Older Persons is approaching. We are also here to let our older persons know that yes, we exist, they exist. They are inclusive in the overall Uganda and are also visible through us who represent them in the Department of the Elder Affairs, in the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. He's not alone. I also do have the Commissioner in charge of Disability and Elderly Affairs, that is Mr. Prosper Muhumuza. Good to have you on the show, Commissioner.
Thank you. Good evening, viewers. Happy to be at UBC family to talk issues older persons. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall be understanding a lot of issues, of course, from the Honorable Minister together with the Commissioner, issues of insurance of health for the older persons, and very many other issues, of course, falling into their docket. For now, let's get started, but you can be part of the show, of course, by using that hashtag UBC Frontbench. That is on our X handle. I am Jethro Kaseji. Let's get started.
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hand. United, free for liberty, together we'll always stand. Oh, Uganda, the land of freedom, our love and labor
fellow countrymen and women. These are our ministers and permanent secretaries at the front bench.
Us from, thank you so much for waiting for this program, Oris, but also not only older persons, because remember, each of us at one point, we shall get to that age where you will be called an older person. So whatever is going to be discussed on the show,